Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into a really fascinating real-time micro-mystery today. This comes straight from a daily fish-keeping journal published on May 1st, 2026 by an aquarist named Ang. What starts off as just a boring, everyday feeding chore quickly turns into this brilliant, rapid showcase of biological evolution. Let's unpack how life literally adapts right before our eyes.
To set the stage, let's look at part 246 of Notes on Fishkeeping. Ang writes, "Dear Interweb, during my almost daily feeding routine, I've noticed a change in most of my spawns. Now think about how repetitive maintaining an aquarium is. It's pure muscle memory, right? But it's exactly within that mundane routine that a sudden, startling change becomes totally obvious."
Section 1. The daily feeding routine, a sudden disruption. Okay, let's dive into this. The disruption was pretty monumental for Ang's daily habits. Suddenly, there was absolutely no need to manually stir the water. Before this, Ang actually had to physically stir the tank just to force the feed to sink down to the fry's level, because they were strictly stuck at the bottom. Now the human's routine shifted entirely simply because the fish upgraded their physical capabilities. The food could just stay floating at the top. It's a massive shift in how these little guys interact with their world.
Section 2. Bottom dwellers to surface hunters.
As you'll see, we're looking at the exact point of graduation here. This beautifully illustrates the stark contrast between the tiny fry and the older juveniles. The fry start out as instinctive bottom feeders. They are literally hardwired to stay low and wait for the aquarist to push the food down to them. But the juveniles? They've become habitual surface feeders. They just bypass the tank floor entirely. They've traded that rigid survival instinct for a learned, super-efficient surface hunting method.
Section 3. The biological shift, looking under the hood.
So why does this shift actually happen? Well, the literal key that lifts them off the tank floor is the functional swim bladder. As these fish grow into juveniles, this internal biological mechanism comes fully online, and it gives them absolute, pinpoint control over their buoyancy. And the wild part? This isn't some slow, gradual, weeks-long process. Practically overnight, they gain the biological machinery to just defy gravity, rise up, and hover effortlessly. It's a sudden, structural upgrade that changes everything about how they navigate space.
Section 4. A developmental milestone, beyond buoyancy. But buoyancy isn't the only upgrade here. Their senses are significantly sharper too, which triggers this lightning-fast, three-step sequential hunt. Step 1, their heightened senses instantly detect the chemical signature, the oils from the pellets hitting the water. Step 2, that new functional swim bladder engages, angling them upward. And Step 3, they race straight to the surface. It's a highly coordinated reaction powered by brand new anatomy. What used to be a clumsy passive search is now a precision strike. Because they can pinpoint the food so quickly now, the entire dynamic of the tank transforms. What was once a passive process of just waiting for food to drift down has instantly become a highly competitive feeding frenzy. They aren't just eating anymore, it's a race for the first bite. Introducing vertical mobility has totally rewired the social and competitive structure of the whole spawn. Which brings us to a really compelling question. If functional swim bladders and sharpened senses are just the beginning of the juvenile stage, what evolutionary shifts are these guys going to experience next? It's a great reminder that fascinating biological evolution isn't just stuck in textbooks. It is happening in real time, right inside everyday glass boxes, if we just pay attention. So, mirroring Ang's own sign-off on that post, I'll leave you to ponder that and say, till the next post. Keep observing, keep learning, and thanks for joining me for this explainer.